We always talk about the US-Australia relationship and our alliance and how broad and deep it is, and there's a couple of areas that this really hit on, two of which, defense and innovation, which are two of our strongest points of the partnership we have with Australia.
Cross-pollination of different industries and how they can be applied, and listening to the presentation today, I'm sure that there's a lot of this technology that can move into the oil and gas, and also we're very much looking to have a two-way correspondence between Norway and Australia.
This event was of interest to us and particularly to me, so that we could add tangible value to our members in WA and of course across Australia in looking at potential synergies between the met sector, supplies into mining, and looking at additional opportunities in perhaps the defence sector as well.
So at Core we've been building out relationships along the supply chain for resources and energy, from startups through to contractors through to operators. We're very excited about exploring opportunities for our members and partners, and that includes opportunities in defence sector.
It's really an opportunity for a discussion, a fusion between industries to commence a discussion on collaboration.
As the Principal Engineering Association, we represent around 100,000 professionals at every level across all fields of practice. We are committed to advancing engineering and the professional development of our members. As we do cover such a vast array of engineering disciplines across many industry sectors, our partnership with CORE and collaboration with organisations including WA Defence Review enables us to deliver added value to our members. The knowledge exchange that occurs between these extended networks builds our engineering capacity and capability. Additionally, these exchanges help the broader community appreciate the contribution that engineering is delivering, not just here in WA, but globally.
We're lucky with the mining industry, and we have a lot of innovation around the mining, which can be translated, as people in the mining industry know, to all the lots of other industries. We're also good in medical technology, but the opportunity exists to translate some of our great expertise into other areas. The benefit of these diversifying through technology is it means the universities can have bigger, greater courses. We can attract great PhD students from around the world, and we can become a scientific hub in Western Australia.
There was a demand from Defence to shoot things down to practice their weaponry, so there was a good opportunity to make these high-speed 300-knot drones launch off a catapult, fly around and get shot at. And then I joined the company to commercialise my undergraduate and PhD work in ducted quadrators. So I joined and licensed the ducted quadrator technology, which we called cyberquads at the time. And there was a big demand back then for compact drones for defence that could fly around buildings doing reconnaissance type missions.
We're a machine learning and a data engineering company. Really that represents the core of the company, where we make sure that we have this corporate knowledge, this ability to interpret data and turn it from information into knowledge so that people in the end, users, can actually utilise that information. Simple machine learning is as simple as visual recognition systems. That's important for us in robotics, so we can identify things in the terrain, you can identify objects, and what it allows you to do over time is to then perform manual manipulation tasks. The only reason you have ground robotics is either to have sensors within line of sight of the objective, which you may not be able to see from the air, you can see them from the ground, potentially in the building. The other purpose really is to do manual manipulation tasks, as in interact with the environment in some meaningful way.
We do invest heavily in technology. The clients for structure design, they're mostly defence-related clients. So Innov-aero basically spun out of structure design to segregate aviation work, which was always happening in the background. We design products, we translate those and put them in, make them an aeronautical product. We then certify them, manufacture them, and we provide maintenance support for us.
So you've got to start with contracts you feel you can achieve and make sure they're profitable, and then grow those to bigger contracts. And I think it's good to have a big, hairy, audacious goal, but then realise that, hey, to get to that, I'm going to have to be able to survive this growth, phases. So, for instance, when I took over Cybertech, so I sort of went from joining the company as one, just person doing my little stuff in the corner, to having a team of 6, to then having to decide what I do with everyone else in the company, because I was promoted to CEO, and then deciding, okay, well, I've got to take this over to actually have real growth potential. If you're just going for investment only, it's a really hard story to sell. If you're like, I've got a great idea, I need investment, the first thing they'll ask you is, do you have customers and what are they willing to pay for it? So if you start with the customers, the bootstrapping, it's an easier story to go to your potential investors to say, hey, these guys are already buying it, listen to what they say about it.
You're dealing with the Department of Defence, Commonwealth of Australia. It is like dealing with the Department of Finance, any other department. It is muir of mine and bureaucracy. I've been a public servant, I was part of it. Everyone's trying to do their best, but in the end, understand whether or not the warfighter in the Army, Navy, Air Force is your client, or actually whether or not defence industry, larger, BAE Systems, Lockheed, etc., are actually your client, and that's your way of getting in. Because as a small enterprise, the number of hurdles and obstacles you have to deal with, dealing directly with the Commonwealth, panels, reset panels, DST, all the rest, they're horrid. So just really have a good think about whether or not the military is your client, is it the department is your client, is it DST is your client, and understand the manner in which engagement occurs, or whether or not you're better off engaging with defence industry larger.
They're only going to sort of just guide you roughly in the right direction. What is a lot more useful is mentors, getting some really good mentors. One of my early mentors I respected enormously, one of the best pieces of advice he gave me was, don't ever marry your business. It's not a life partner, it's something that you run with it while it works, but if you get to the point where it doesn't work, then you just say, no, I'm stopping here.
So we saw the journeys that each of the speakers has been on. So we saw the fact that there was lots of failing, we saw the fact that there was a lot of time and effort invested, some heartache along the way, but really that perseverance, that keep going, that self-belief, that commitment actually pays off. So I think for people looking at how this is done, the three speakers tonight really gave some great insights, kept it honest, kept it real for the audience, and really shared some key insights that will help people looking to do this in the future.
Particularly thrills me that we've got this kind of capability in WA, which we know, but then the chance to be able to expose that and share that with the wider industry community is really exciting. One of our missions actually is to try and build relationships along the supply chain, so from startups to scale-ups to SMEs.
We're looking at diversifying into defence technology. We've got a core in mining and manufacturing, and defence has a lot of translational technologies that you can immediately apply into defence technology. 2 out of the 3 enterprises that were showcased there we didn't even know of and heard of them before, and they're great WA success stories.